Alright, it's time for another video. I hope you like the other one. Not that good, no, I just started out. So give me some time, get out of my shyness. Alright, the first one I'm reading, it's like a whole bunch of other stories mixed into one. It's from this website called whatever. I'll post the link underneath. But it's by this guy, Charlie. It was posted on October 10th, 2013. It's pretty much just a list of 32 people on their freaky ass paranormal stories. So they're all found on Reddit and stuff. I'm not going to read all of them, but I picked out a few that I like so far. So I hope you enjoy them. Number 2 was one of the first ones I liked. It's called, from this person called Stanley the Manly 44. Alright. My mom told me this story the other day, and it freaked me the fuck out. When my older sister was little, like 3, she asked me, then pregnant aunt, to pick her up, to hold her. My mom said, she was like, "She can't pick you up, honey. She has a baby in her tummy." And then my little sister was like, "That baby is dead." My mom freaked out, but my aunt and my grandma were fine, and were telling my mom it was all good. She was just a toddler, and didn't know what she was saying. Well, lo and behold, my aunt goes to the doctor the next day for a routine pregnancy checkup, and the baby was dead. The next one is right afterwards. The third one, Green Yellowbird. About 20 years ago, my mom came out of the shower, pale, shaking, and hysterical. My aunt spoke to me. "She is here to pick someone up. I know she is talking about my father," she said to my dad and I. Her aunt has been dead for many years. 2 days later, my grandfather, Mom's father, was in the hospital. He was in a coma and died shortly after that from undetected lung cancer. The next one is this one, number 9. The reason I like it is a little different than the other ones. It's by Megari's Movies. I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong. I'm not that good. About 10 years ago, I was walking one night with my sister. We were passing a familiar point in the road, when suddenly, we both found ourselves about 20 meters back the way we had just come. Approaching the familiar point for the second time, she turned to me and said, "What just happened?" We both experienced exactly the same thing, like we had just been pulled back 20 seconds in time, and neither of us could explain it. No spooky ghosts, but a lasting feeling of something deeply unnatural having happened. Right after number 9, number 10, by Kajafa, or Kaijafa. Hiya. Okay. Not trying to be, I'm just terrible at pronouncing things. Alright. So this is a story from my family. When my mom was a young girl growing up in Vietnam, she had this weird dream about being in a dark church. Everyone was talking in hushed tones, but it was English, so she didn't understand what was going on. But she remembered certain details, like the stained glass windows and the Tamil font. She told her parents, but they were kind of dismissive. They just told her it was a weird dream. A few years later, she was forced to flee South Vietnam because of the Vietnam War. Her family relocated to Florida. About 10 years later, she went to the local Catholic church for her young sister's confirmation. And suddenly she realized the same church she had dreamed as a child. The same darkened church, the same stained glass, the same baptismal font. She talked to her parents again, and they remembered her having a dream and describing the place exactly. The next one is a little further down, number 12, by this guy, Ryan Obis. I was in the middle of a session with my therapist. We were starting deep meditation, or hypnosis. I had finally achieved what I had described as the deepest state of relaxation I'd ever gotten to. About 5 seconds into this deep meditation, the room got incredibly bright, as far as I could tell with my eyes closed. As if I was looking at the sun with my eyes closed. My therapist stopped mid-sentence, just then. She didn't speak for 5 seconds, and I asked her if everything was okay. She said, "I think you just produced a ray." She refused to tell me what she meant, and she dropped me as a client the next week. I still have no idea what happened. Again, right afterwards. It's by this guy, Mormon Minion. Middle of the day, I was upstairs, and I heard the child calling my name 2-3 times coming from downstairs. Went down to investigate. Not a soul at home. Everything was quiet. Again is the next one down. Number 14 by Dolls. My mom always bought snow globes for my grandma. When my grandma passed away, my mom took them back to our house. My mom put them all up on the shelves that go around the entire living room. A few weeks had passed, and my mom found a video that she wanted my brothers and I to watch because it reminded her of Grandma. We all sat down to watch it, and of course near the end of the movie, our mom was crying. Right when the movie ends, all the snow globes went off at the same time. The figurines didn't move on any of them, just the music. We all huddled together. Of course we were scared as fuck, and Mom suddenly said, "Mom?" And all the music stopped. And then the extremely cold. My mom suddenly felt really uncomfortable and had all of us run and get into the car, and she drove us to a godmother's house. She cried for hours until she got a call from her dad saying she'd be home in a few minutes and should head back. When we all got back inside, it was warm again, but all the snow globes were shattered on the ground except for one, the one that was my grandma's favorite. And the last one for now. I didn't feel like reading all of them, but I'll go back and I'll probably make a second video. Alright, number 16. Tucker BCWW. My great-grandpa told me this one. One time, when he was younger, he went to go visit some old friends and their daughter. He arrives on horse. He was a rancher in Texas. The little girl walks up to him and says, "Hi, Paul. I'll take your horse. Dinner is ready. You can go in and sit down." So he walks inside and sits at the table. The parents walk up to him and say, "Hi. Who let you in?" He says, "Your daughter took my horse. She said I could come in." They look terrified. She's been dead for 6 months. Alright, the last of them will be in the next video coming up, right after this one, probably. It will be an hour, so it doesn't, I don't know. Sometimes YouTube takes a very long time. It's a pain in the butt. Anyways, link to all the stories are down in the description. Like, favorite. You don't have to subscribe, but I don't really care. I just wanted to read. If you have any ideas for a next video or story to be read, please by all means message me or comment or anything. I'd love to see them. Sorry if I say anything wrong, I'm just a little silly. Yeah. And I'm probably gonna post some outtakes too, because I'm weird. Anyways,
everything that's wonderful is what
bye.
I feel when we're together, brighter than a lucky penny when you're near.